Hi everyone, it's Deb back with a Project Life spread. Um, Something a little bit different today. I wanted to do something a little bit different in my Project Life. So if you look on Pinterest, well I did, and you will come across a lot of people are doing these pages where they do these kind of half rectangles. It's kind of like a, what would you call it, like a wonky triangle. um, and I thought I'd do it on both the left and right side of my spread. Now this video sped right up because I had so much footage, so just adding some transparency that I made myself with a paint pen, and I'm going to add some sequins in there, and then I'm going to fuse that side closed with my fuse tool, and then I will add the other triangle piece and pop it up on the top. Now I don't close the pocket on the top there because I wasn't sure whether I was going to add something to the top of it. Now because the week before I had a filler card there and it had writing on it, so I just removed that and replaced it with this pattern paper. So there's some footage of what it looks like, and I'm going to repeat the same process for the right hand side of my spread. Now doing this, you're going to have to figure out what's going to be on the next side because I am fusing these pockets shut. So I did have my photos and my cards picked out for the week after this one, so I knew what pattern paper I wanted to use on the other side. At the moment you're looking at this week's side, and then when I flip it over, that's going to be next week. So if you are going to do this, you do have to know what you're going to be putting on the other side, or you could just have it ready, and when you get to creating the next week you can fuse it all shut then. So just repeating the same process, a bit of that transparency that I made myself and fusing it all shut, and then I will get to work on my spread. So back to the left hand side, and I really love this card. So it had a quote or a little line of journaling at the bottom saying I am focusing on myself, and I didn't want that on this spread because it's not about just me, but I did like that that little quote, so I am going to keep it because it's nice and foiled and pretty. And I just cut the camera out. I really wanted the camera, and I'm cutting another piece of that pink paper and adding the camera back to it. So just a little bit of altering of a Project Life card. This one I'm going to add just a sticker across. I think it said I am right where I need to be or something like that. So down to this bottom, oh no, I'm going to add some thread behind the camera and stick that down first. I do a bit of stitching on this layout, and it's not till I get to my right hand side that I start doing the stitching, and then I come back to the left hand side and stitch a few things onto this side as well. So just gluing that down, and then I will start working on the bottom left card there. And I wanted to do something different for my journaling, so I decided to flip the corner back like you see on the scrapbook pages, and put my journaling on a piece of white paper. So when I flipped this paper over, it was yellow, and I didn't want yellow on the spread, so I am going to back it with some of that pink paper. So when I flip the corner back over, it's going to show the pink paper, and you'll see the yellow paper when I flip it over. See, there it is. I didn't really have any yellow on the page, so I didn't want that showing. So just lining that up in the corner, that's going to be flipped over, and just carefully rolling it over and getting it in position. And then I'm going to grab some white printer paper and just line that corner there so I can add my journaling to it. So you can see some embellishments have made it onto the page. This took me a few days. I really lost my mojo. I don't know what happened. Just a lot of stress at the moment and not really feeling creative. So it did take me a while to get this done. So I just grabbed an exclusive label and I pop some thread underneath it. And you can see I've stapled down one part of that flipped over corner. And I'm just going to add the thread and the label there and staple it down. And I do bring in the puffy, what are they? Puffy alphas, that's right, to add a title there. So I'm just going through the exclusive die cuts here, and I'm going to add a few things here and there and back again to this card. And this is where I add the puffy alpha. I love these ones. These are perfect for Project Life. So just adding that and my journaling, and I do come back and stitch through that award word after I did the stitching on the other side. I decided to come back and stitch on this side. So this photo is of my daughter, and I just wanted to point her out, so I used an exclusive die cut. That was an arrow. And the celebrate word is an exclusive as well. This little butterfly was fussy cut from one of the pattern papers. And I'm just going to pop some foam behind its wings so its wings stand up a bit. And then I'm going to work up on this photo here. So I did grab quite a lot of the florals from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet and spread them around the spread. And I do come back and stitch through that flower as well. These little alphas are from previous kit, and I'm just going to pop a few little titles with some labels on my photos, those two photos there. And I did grab two little florals from that 12 by 12 sticker sheet to add to the label there as well. So just popping on my journaling. And then I think that I work on the other 3x4 card, and I'm just going to repeat that process and also outline all my cards, because I did outline that triangle piece in the fuse pocket. So I will be outlining all my cards on my spread, on both spreads. Just finishing that up, and then I think I work on the 3x4 card, add a bit of journaling and another title with these little alphas. I think they're Kaiser Craft. So I did grab a label, exclusive label, and pop that down the bottom and just added my journaling. So I'm just going to add a few sequins here and there from the kits, and I did grab some enamel dots and shapes from, I think it was February and April kits that I add them on. And I did come back to this spread later on, not on camera, and add a few of those puffy heart stickers. I think they're pink fresh, yeah. I've forgotten that I had them, and so I did add one inside the camera lens, and I stitched through that camera. And you'll see the that in the stills at the end. Just popping on these sequins right now, and then we will work on the right hand side. So I did want to repeat these alphas on this side. So for this card here, I die cut the word lovely from vellum. It was just one of those Heidi Swap dies, and I'm going to stitch that across that card. That would look awesome, like if you had your week 20 or whatever across that card with vellum. I don't put week numbers and things on my spread, so I just put a lovely day up on that card, and just bringing these alphas in, these puppy little blue alphas in on this side as well, to bring some of that in on this side, and some journaling I did on my computer on some vellum, and that's going to overlay that card right there. So bottom one, I'm going to make a pocket and just putting a tiny bit of glue there, because I am going to stitch the sides of that pocket, and just fiddling about. I did fiddle a lot. Like I said, it took me ages to do this. I don't know why. So I've stitched the pocket closed, and I've stitched the lovely word on. You can see that there. And I do stitch my journaling down on that 3x4 card too. And just popping these alphas on, and I just had them sitting on some baking paper or greaseproof paper till I was ready to stick them on the card. So just showing the stitching that I did to stick that on the card, and you can still flip the vellum up. And then I think, what do I do now? I'm grabbing some more of those florals from that sticker sheet and adding them to my labels and popping down those puppy alphas. And I wanted to decorate the pocket, so there was this kind of bigger floral piece from that 12x12 sticker sheet, and I just backed it with some vellum and fussy cut it out so I could stick it on the pocket part, but have the top part kind of overhang, because I am going to put a tag there. So I grabbed another 3x4 card, and I'm going to turn it into a tag. So a great way to use your 3x4 cards in a different way is make them into a tag. I'm going to pop it into the pocket. As I said, I still did the same things that I always do, but I just wanted to change it up just a little bit. So that's why I did things like the fused pockets, the tag in the pocket, the folded back corner on the journaling card on the previous spread. Just wanted something a little bit different. So I did grab a heart from this 12x12 sticker sheet, and then this is when I realized, hey, I've got those puppy stickers. So I grabbed them out and stuck them down, and I'm just going to add my journaling on the exclusive labels that I've stuck on my pictures. And just sticking down that sticker and only gluing down only the bottom half, because I want the top part to overhang. Now I did punch a hole in the top of the tag, but I ended up stapling my ribbon to the top, and I just popped on a label on the back to add a little bit of journaling. I do kind of repeat the journaling on the photo next to it, in case no one wants to pull the tag out and read it. So I did add a little bit more of the story to the back of the tag. So just outlining my cards here, and even this card here too. I just think this collection looks really pretty with that doodly border. So I just stapled on some ribbon that I got from my stash. This butterfly was fussy cut from the pattern paper. And I'm just going to add exclusive label, lost for words, sorry, and some journaling. And then I'm just going to add some sequins and enamel dots. And I don't show much of that because I didn't realize my camera was out of focus. But I do have a lot of stills coming up, so you can see all the cards and the fuse pockets and things there. So, and that's pretty much it for me. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.